Once again, you are heartily welcome back to the program. If you are joining us, the program Express Brief. We start off this first phase of the program with Eden. Eden newspaper of Tuzak Zangadimbo says at funeral of Isa Ayato, CAF president Dr. Patrice Musepe urges a tour to synergize with the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education. Get to read more on Eden newspaper for this day. And multitudes join Eden Northwest Bureau Chief Ignatius Nji to bury Kid Brother. We move on to projects execution in Southwest region. It says Kumba City Council, Tombe municipality ranked last with 0% of project execution. To promote peaceful elections, Women International League for Peace and Freedom equip our educators with a practical methods guide. Get to read this and others on the paper of Eden newspaper for this day. From Eden newspaper, we move on to the Herald Tribune. The Herald Tribune reports on medical sanitary personnel training. It says higher education health ministers and imbroglio. Get to read more on that said paper for today. The Ministry of Secondary Education, headed by Nalova Lyonga, announces introduction of cinematography at a new school year. And we cross over to Jenny Clan. It says Fucalitus Gentry rallies population over 40 million CFA franc development initiative. The Apostolic Nuncio to Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea visit celebrate Mass with faithful at walking visit at Our Lady Shrine in Babajo in the West region. We move on to the next paper for today. That is Lujur of Haman Mana reports on the Martinez-Zogo affair. It says the case of DGRE. Get to read more on that said paper for today. And medical facilities that train medical personnel reports on the ban on the suspension of BHND and BTS by the ministers of higher education and that of public health, Manawana Malashi and Jakfam Dongo, respectively. We move on to this other story. The paper report on in Chang. It says a witness of Langevin Gemo's incident. Get to read more on that said paper for today. Cameroon Tribune for this morning report on intercommunal conflict. It says when the end will be. Get to read that more details on that story. Cameroon Tribune on intercommunal conflicts in the country. 100,000 cubic watts of water supply will be made available from today, according to the Director General of our Cameroon Utility Water Corporation, Blaise Mounsah's announcement. We move on to the next paper for today. The paper report of Lobsters for Cameroon's club. Gets read more on Cameroon's representative who fell out during the CAF Inter-Club competition. We will now take you to the General Hospital in Douala, where 21 patients in the Set General Hospital are in this state. Get read more. That's a paper for today. Khmer Press for today reports on the search ship is named after the First Lady of Cameroon, Chantal Biya. It says the majestic return of Chantal Biya to the port of Douala after several months of repairs are brought. Moving on to security in the customs sector, the paper reports on GD, who comes out with her own administration guides, and we move on to the Paul Biya regime when it comes to the infrastructural development chain in Cameroon. Loge Rapport of Karot Samba for this morning talks of high cost of living. Inflation now hits 3.9% from July 2024. You get to read more on that said paper. And the EcoBank Challenge 2024, it talks of Pisika fish steak comes out in the finals. Get to read more on that said paper for today. The point for this morning talks of the interim minister of mines and technology, that is Focalitus Gentry, to the population of the day. The paper titles that as Speedfulness. Get to read more. That's a paper for today. We move on to the just ended Paris Summer Olympic Games. It says 6 athletes from Cameroon, 36 officials, 0 medal, and 900 million CFA francs that has gone down the drain. You can find more on that set expenditure of the Paris Olympic Games from the Cameroonian athletes who came out with 0 medals. We move on to Informa 10 for today. It talks of the African Solution Week. It says Amaklot Abanda, ambassador of the Solution for Africa. You want to find more on Informa 10 newspaper on him. And the Paul Biya Championship, it says Gaston Ilundu Isumba mobilizes youth in the CAM division. We move on to Info Show for this morning. It talks of the African Solution. It says Amaklot Abanda has been named as the brand ambassador of that set engagement. Rigobert song, Mr. Mark Breeze, pay attention to the job description and stay away from me. That is the Rigobert song writes up of last night, last time ago, who actually won Mark Breeze. Patrick Mboma take on Mark Breeze. He says Mark Breeze is nothing without the country. You can find more on that, as he says the lack of respect that the set Belgian coach is giving to Samuel Eto'o is uncalled for. Get to read more on that set paper for today. Le Question for this morning talks of clarity on the World Health Organization. You can find more on that set paper for today. And the vision of an independent candidate. You want to find details on that story for this morning. We move on to La Voix du Interprète for this morning. A report of the aluminium sector. It says Cameroon and Polo SA engages for the revolutionization of the aluminium sector in the country. Camwater solicits this engagement with Lamborghini. You want to find more on that set paper for today. Lactus Sport for this morning talks of Brian Gumo. It says football Brian Gumo, as the paper gives a picture of that set striker from Cameroon. We move on to Fovo of Baham and Victoria United beaten by the different teams in the CAF Champions League. CAF Interclub tournament that is unfolding. You want to find details on that set paper. With that publication of Actu Sport, this is where we'll put a pause on the first phase of the program, as we'll be back to give you the second phase of the program with our reviewer here with us immediately after this. Once again, you're heartily welcome back